A few weeks ago, we gave you guys a video about different theories in the Avatar universe. And needless to say, you guys loved it. So, we're back. Today we're going to be looking at more theories about our favorite series. These theories come from fans, just like us, and it's super cool to see a deep dive on small things some of us may not notice. Now stick with us. We're going to quickfire through a few of these, and a few may be a little confusing. Well, no reason to wait any longer. Let's get right into the video. The first theory we're looking at is a cute way to tie the first Avatar, Avatar 1, to our beloved Avatar Aang, through our spunky friend, Momo. The first spirit that the first Avatar, Wan, encountered throughout his journey was Ai, a lemur spirit. Ai was first scared of people because he believed them to be savages who wanted to consume all the animals and ruin his habitat. Wan and Ai developed a strong friendship and learned to trust one another over time. According to this theory, Momo the beloved lemur is really Ai reincarnated. It would help to explain Momo's superior intelligence and his unwavering devotion to the Avatar. The next theory we're going to look at deals with how Legend of Korra and Avatar: The Last Airbender might relate and reflect on real-world history. Now, it's not difficult to draw comparisons between World War II and The Last Airbender. In order to prove its supremacy, a nationalist Germany started to control all of Europe during the war. Similar events happened in the show, as the Fire Nation instigated a fight that even resulted in the demise of an entire race. Three powerful superpowers, the United States, Great Britain, and the Soviet Union, defeated the Nazis, drawing a clear connection between them and the water, air, and earth kingdoms. The claim that The Last Avatar was a metaphor for World War II is well known, but not much discussion surrounds the concept that Korra was really a reference for the Cold War. Amon, who thought himself as superior, was essentially a communist by the end of the first season, and intended to make everyone equal. It is comparable to what occurred during the advent of communism, and Joseph Stalin at the start of the Cold War. This next one is a bit of a stretch, and may offend both our Azula lovers and our left-handed friends. One keen observer was so fascinated with Princess Azula that they began to see everything strange about her. This theorist came to the conclusion that Azula is most likely left-handed while watching the series. She uses her left hand for the majority of her lightning strikes, and in the most recent and final episode, when she loses it, she tosses her hairbrush at the mirror. It's a small theory, but it supports the idea that Azula is a prodigy, which was the main theme of her narrative. It also demonstrates how meticulously the show was produced, which contributed to its basic perfection. Sorry in advance to our left-handed viewers, however, some people like to say being left-handed is a true sign of being evil. Is that true? Not necessarily, but Azula does make it seem likely. Okay, so we know that there is no movie. We don't want to talk about the movie. There never was a movie. It does not exist. But let's say, hypothetically, there was a really horrible live-action movie, so bad that an entire fandom pretends it was never made. This next theory may, at the very least, make the situation bearable. What if the terrible M. Night Shyamalan film was an adaptation of the satirical Ember Island Players Play, which the characters themselves were shown near the end of the series rather than the cartoon? It would clarify why the film got so many aspects incorrect and establish Shyamalan's reputation as a master of surprises, who made fun of everyone, rather than as the person who ruined any possibility of seeing the cartoon correctly reproduced. Okay, moving on from such a touchy subject, this next theory is very popular. This idea focuses on wondering about what would have happened if Aang hadn't been trapped in ice for a century. He would have lived a long, extended life if, for whatever reason, he didn't flee, and he prevented the Fire Nation from conquering the world. The Water Tribe would have provided the following avatar after he died. According to this theory, if events had taken a more normal course, Katara would have succeeded Aang as the Avatar. Now, who knows whether that's true, but Katara would have made a terrific avatar, no matter what. She is one of the most powerful waterbenders to have ever lived, and who knows how great things would have turned out if she used that power with the other elements. Okay, so this next theory is also a bit of a stretch, but it is quite interesting, so we thought we should include it. This theory claims that The Last Airbender's events occur after a terrible, catastrophic disaster that devastated everything. Those who back this up use the interval between Avatar 1 and Aang as evidence. Even though Wan, the first Avatar, is claimed to have existed 10,000 years before Aang, little has changed in terms of civilization throughout that time. During that time, humanity should have made significant technological advancements. But according to this idea, something terrible occurred that stopped human evolution from proceeding as it should have. All the animals were horribly disfigured as a result of whatever horrific event occurred. The argument uses the stark contrast between Aang and Korra as additional evidence that something catastrophic happened. Why did nothing change in the over 10,000 years that separated Wan and Aang, even though Korra is set just 70 years after Aang in a highly sophisticated technological age? Now, we're going to round this video out with a fun, light-hearted theory that keeps the spirit of our favorite sarcastic Team Avatar member alive. We didn't get to see much of everyone's favorite boomerang-wielding character Sokka in The Legend of Korra. However, it was made obvious that Sokka had passed away earlier in the timeline, even though Katara, Toph, and Zuko were still living. This hypothesis contends that Sokka wasn't really gone, but rather was reincarnated as the character Varrick. This theory makes reference to the fact that Varrick and Sokka are both young, intelligent men from the Southern Water Tribe with exaggerated personalities, bizarre senses of humor, strong strategic and leadership abilities, and enormous egos. Let's be real, this theory is pretty difficult to accept. If only Varrick had unintentionally discovered Sokka's misplaced space sword. Alright, that's it for this part 2 of popular theories in the Avatar universe. Do you want a part 3? Let us know in the comments below by sharing with us some of your favorite Avatar theories. Until then, stay flamin'!